Hello and welcome to Lap of the World. I'm Richard.
I'm Liz, and this is our 1992 Acura NSX.
It has 280,000 miles on it. It's lapped 20 or so different racetracks.
And we're driving it from Knoxville, Tennessee to Washington, D.C. for NSXPO 2019.
So join us as we hit the track and the street with 100 or so other owners in celebrating the history and the future of those three iconic letters.
Hey everyone, you join us in the beautiful Shenandoah Valley. Well, usually it's very beautiful and we'd have lots of great scenery to show you. However, it's very rainy, so we're just continuing to drive.
Exactly at the speed limit.
Exactly.
Because Virginia.
So this is actually my shortest commute to Expo ever.
It's only 7 hours?
7 hours.
Yeah. So I actually went to 2013, which was in Raleigh, which is a little bit closer to Knoxville, but Liz wasn't able to make it that year, so
it doesn't count.
Yeah, we just decided it doesn't count. So
yeah. So we are about 2 hours out of Summit Point area, and so our plan is to try daily vlogging while we're there.
Yep, give some updates each day of the event, or at least each segment of the event. For those of you who weren't able to make it for one reason or the other, so you can see what kind of goes on.
And so maybe come next year.
Yeah, exactly. So we are leading it off with 2 days at the Summit Point Motorsports Park, which is it's a pretty cool area. I've actually been there before, and as I said in the previous video, I don't normally revisit facilities, kind of doing Lap of the World, just because of the logistics of the thing of getting as many different tracks as I can, but Summit Point has, I think, 3, maybe 4 now legitimate road courses in its complex. So that should be a ton of fun. Running with Chen Track Days is great as always.
So we'll head from there on Thursday evening into DC for the rest of the event, where it sounds like we've got a beautiful drive on Skyline Drive.
Yep.
We've also got some
no relation to the car.
Yeah.
This is an Acura event,
not. We have a scenic drive on Skyline Drive. We also have we have a museum visit and
the Air and Space Museum should be fun.
And then a dinner cruise sponsored by Pirelli.
Yeah, indeed.
Yep. And Saturday will be an indoor concourse, which is probably good because we have no idea if it's going to be raining or not.
Lunch there provided by Science of Speed, one of the what would you call them, staples of the NSX aftermarket community there.
I was going to say OG sponsors.
Yes, OG sponsors, that's also applicable.
Yeah. So then we will, that evening, there is the typical banquet dinner that we have. None of them are typical. It's always
something new.
Yeah, it's always something new. This year we've got some great speakers.
Yeah. John Davis from Motor Week fame used to be the only longest running, one of, if not the longest running car show on actual TV.
Yeah, so it should be interesting. So there's a silent auction and a live auction, and then they will announce where the next expo is for 2020.
Yeah, that's always the great anticipation of where is it next year.
So should we say what our guesses are?
All right, yeah, sure, we can do that. We will put forth guesses. Neither of us have inside information.
No. I know it's been chosen, but I have no idea where it is.
Yeah. In spite of Liz's best efforts, all people she has talked to have remained tight-lipped, to their credit. So, place bets now. What is your guess?
So I think, I don't know if I could just say my guess because we've talked about it so much. I can say our guess.
Sure.
Because I think we've kind of come to the conclusion that our guess is we think it's going to be the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, somewhere. Portland, Seattle-ish.
Or Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona. With I would say, I'll put in an outside chance of Texas.
Yeah,
that's the dark horse.
I know that there has been some hope for it to be down at Coda.
Yeah, which would be
several
huge.
years. Yeah, for several years, people have been hoping for that, but it doesn't. That's a bid for that's never come up.
Yeah, and I understand. COTA is hugely expensive to rent, and the Austin area. I'm sure they have. I'm sure there are amenities and things to do there. I just have no idea.
Austin is amazing.
I have no idea. I have no idea what.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So those are our rampant speculations. We'll see where it goes. I think wherever it is, we'll be there.
Yeah, the guessing game is fun, but yeah, rest assured we are. There is an auction this year for a trip to NSX Fiesta in Japan next year for the 30th celebration.
I would definitely be on board with that.
So that's the only reason that we might end up skipping NSXPO in 2020 is if we happen to both end up in Japan for NSX Fiesta. That is definitely an event that's on the bucket list. Whether it'll be next year for the anniversary celebration or not, I don't know. But
I'm sure we can make it happen someday. Until then, we are just going to keep driving and enjoying this beautiful weather and trying to get ahead of this storm that has literally been following us up the interstate. It is a small storm that's been following us the entire time. So we're going to keep driving and try to get ahead of that, and we will pick you up a little bit further down the road.
Yep. Cursed cartoon clouds. All right, well, the weather finally broke for us, and we were able to make it into Summit Point, West Virginia with less humidity. And it's actually pretty cool here. I'm wearing a jacket. It's probably in the 60s here, which is a brilliant vacation from the humidity down south, although it's starting to cool off a little bit this time of year. But anyhow, I'm speaking to you now from one of the observation towers next to the grid and pit lane on the Summit Main circuit at Summit Point Motorsports Park, where we're having our track days for the next 2 days, Wednesday and Thursday of this week. We just got finished checking in with Chin Track Days and getting our car tech inspection form all acknowledged, I guess you want to call it. So it's nice to get that done the night before, because that way you don't have to get up quite as early in the morning. Still got to get here early enough to make the driver's meeting at 7:40, but yeah, it's very pleasant here. It's very quiet. I mean, except for the occasional car starting up, but as you do at a racetrack. So, I've spent the last few days trying to learn this course, Summit Main, via a driving sim I found. I'll put some details probably in the next video when we're actually out at the track, but we'll see tomorrow if that paid off or if I'm still lost. But for now, I'm going to go find Liz. She is in one of the classrooms here, helping already sort some swag and badges out for the NSXPO attendees who are coming to the track event. That way they can have their stuff a little early and be ready to go when they get to DC, because we'll always get in there a little bit late after the track closes. So I'm going to go find her, see what they're up to in there. But yeah, rainy day has turned into a pleasant evening at the, I would say, sort of the first evening of NSXPO, I guess. Yeah, I mean, sure. We're here with 15 other cars, so that counts, right? All right, pick you guys up later. So after finding Liz and filming her doing work, I actually did pitch in a little bit and help to sort and label some of the awesome carbon fiber event badges that came courtesy of Common Fibers, another NSXPO sponsor. Once we were done with that, Liz and I repaired back to the hotel before heading to dinner with a friend at a local eatery. We'll be back at Summit Point tomorrow to do some real driving, but until then, I'm Richard, she's Liz, this is Lap of the World, and we'll see you in the next video, if not at Summit Point tomorrow.